On today's show,
I've been lucky enough to have some of my ex-players be my assistants, and I believe that also helps because they have that same pride and that same passion for the district and then the sport and the tradition that we have. So I think it plays a role. I'm not sure. I don't know. I guess I could, but I don't know if I could coach for another district, to be honest.
It's that time. Kansas Sports Chatter hits you up once again with another episode of our statewide high school sports entertainment show, streaming on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. My name is Cole Reif. Coming off the 1-year anniversary of the show last week, and we get back to normal, right? No more celebrations, but I do want to give a big shout out to Amy Newberry as she was entered and won the Jerky Chatter giveaway presented by Pat's Beef Jerky out of Liebenthal, Kansas. Look at all that great beef jerky Amy's going to get. The regular, the hot, pepper, teriyaki, the beef sticks, and also a Kansas Sports Chatter t-shirt as well. Thanks for Amy and all her supports of Kansas Sports Chatter. That was a big help to Pat's Beef Jerky, helping us celebrate the 1-year anniversary. I mentioned now we just keep chugging along. Over 100 episodes, more than 650 guests in the first season, the first full year of Kansas Sports Chatter, and looking to get new faces, maybe some repeats as well. Excited just to bring on as many guests as possible. Speaking of guests, look at the lineup. David Schuler with Jefferson County North Volleyball. Extremely consistent year after year for Jeff County North. And David Schuler will be on the show talking volleyball and also just how things have changed over his years of coaching. Bladen Johnson, he is an offensive lineman for Minneapolis. He'll kind of go through the ins and outs of being an O-lineman going into his senior season for the Lions. Nate Teichgraeber with Madison, head coach of the football team. He's also continued to improve that program as well in his spurts there with the Bulldogs. And then Braxton Withington, originally from Colby High School, now pitching for the Cloud County Community College Thunderbirds, a next-level talent. We'll talk about going from Western Kansas and playing collegiate baseball with Braxton. Hey, big thanks to a few of our sponsors, including Eastus Media. Got to check out Eastus Media Illustrated. Cody and some helpers, man, they put together a great product. You got to check it out. Meyers Enterprises, bring your business into the 21st century with marketing advertising through Meyers Enterprises. We'll take a break. When we come back, we talk with Jeff County North volleyball coach. That is going to be David Schuler. He joins us next. Here's a hard truth. If your business isn't using AI in its marketing, you've already fallen behind. But there's an advertising agency in Kansas that can get you back up to speed. That agency's name is Meyers Enterprises Media Research. The name sounds dry because the company's run by engineers, not salespeople. They use superior research and analytics that drive results with surgical precision. Marketing doesn't have to be a gritty battle in the trenches. Your business can win from the box. Visit their website, mediaresearch.agency, to learn more. Welcome back on Kansas Sports Chatter as we bring in our next guest, and that's going to be David Schuler. He's the head coach of the Jefferson County North volleyball team going into year 13 this upcoming fall. Coach, appreciate the time. What's the summer been like for you?
Well, I have 7 grandkids, so we follow grandkids everywhere. But yeah, we've had a good summer with the volleyball, and they're pretty pumped up to get the season started.
How hands-on are you during the summer with the volleyball team?
I'm hands-on. We use the summer to prepare for the fall, and yeah, I'm hands-on. So my assistants, all the kids show up. It's a culture here that was here before me. I've just been lucky enough to continue it.
Well, we mentioned, going into year 13. What was it like when you first took over the program, though, and trying to continue that tradition?
Well, just a little history. The JCN's been in existence since '69. And so in the 53 years of Kansas volleyball, JCN's been to state 21 of those 53 years. So
Yeah.
there was a culture before me. Um, and when I was an assistant in 2013 and we got runner up at state that year, we had a great senior class, lost to Hillsborough in the championship game. But when I took it over in 14, we had no varsity experience coming back, zero, not even a girl that went and served at all. So it was a challenge, but there was talent coming, and I've been lucky enough to continue that tradition and the culture.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch the success that you've had over your time. Like, but for you to get involved in volleyball, like, what spiked your interest to start? I know you coach other sports, but what spiked your interest in volleyball?
Well, I have three daughters. We have three daughters. So when they got involved, I started getting involved. Um, I I started a club volleyball organization here in Jefferson County, and that is now being continued by another lady. But that's how I got started in it. I was starting from scratch. I basically was learning on the fly, and we yeah, I just that's how I got started because of my daughters.
What helped you learn? Like, were there any like just? I mean, it's just you got thrown into the fire. Did that help, or was it? What did you do to kind of do some catch up?
Well, when you get thrown into the fire, you better learn pretty quick. But I there was a time when our middle daughter was in high school that I was an assistant volleyball coach at the high school, and I learned a lot from the head coach at that time. He taught me a lot, and I give credit to the head basketball coach that I was under for 13 years. He taught me a lot about needing discipline within the program, the commitment, the dedication, treating people like you're supposed to treat them, and having the kids represent like they should.
You look at even like at the discipline factor of like just having that structure in place, and now with going into year 13, maybe it's a little bit easier. But what was it? Was it easy to kind of establish that and make sure that the girls understood like this is what this program is going to be about?
Yeah, it was because of the tradition and the culture that was there before me. Yeah, it made it an easy to do. We didn't make it to state though until 19, and I told my assistants that after we made it that season, before we even went there, I said that kind of validates what we do. Kids buy in more. Not that they weren't bought in before, but it just validates it, and it's it seems to make sense to the girls then.
What was it like coaching your daughters?
Well, it was usually they get the brunt of everything. They 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 work hard though. They were hard workers, and they got what they deserved. I mean, as far as the the success, they worked hard, and their teammates worked hard, and they was very successful also. I just wasn't part of the high school program at that time, but the intent was making our school team better, and I believe that's what we accomplished.
Talking with David Schuler, head coach of the Jefferson County North volleyball team. A heck of a season last fall, coach. 40 plus wins, making it to state semifinals. Like, just how much fun was that team?
You know, I thought we would be good. I didn't really think that we would win 40 matches. I mean, winning 30 matches is tough. Winning 40 is really tough. But the girls were, I don't know, I had a lot of sophomores in the rotation the year before. And when you're dealing with a lot of young kids with one senior, um, mistake, they think too much out there instead of just playing. And I thought last summer, and I told them, I thought last summer we played more loose. We just played the game. We didn't think. We were just playing. And I think that carried over into the season. And we started off very strong, and we we just continued it all year. It was an amazing season. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah. Well, what excites you about this upcoming fall?
Well, I only graduated one, so I'm pretty
That's real nice.
excited. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. And that we have a good group of a good core that we have. I have right now. I have six seniors that are going to be in my rotation, so it will be a process next year. But you know, we'll deal with that next year. Right now, they're excited. They're determined. This group. I'd only had one girl that made it to state back in 22 that was still on the roster, and so this group getting there, they don't know what they're missing until they get there. And once they get there, I think they develop a hunger and a determination to get back. Yeah, we went into that semifinal match against Ellenwood, and Coach Maxwell, he's a great coach, and they were at a different level. And then we didn't recover when we played in that consolation match against Hillsborough, and they took it to us too. But both programs are very good programs, and I just hope that we are lucky enough to get back to state. And not saying we'll get revenge on them, but I sure would. I mean, I respect both those coaches, and it'd be nice to be able to visit with them again.
Well, I mean, and momentum shows up in every sport, but man, I feel like volleyball, like momentum can be monstrous. Like, how much have you noticed that in just variety matches?
Oh yeah, it's a crazy game that way, and it can happen so fast, and it's going to
Yeah,
happen multiple times in a match. Um, one mistake, a missed serve or something like that will turn the tide, and next thing you know, they scored 5 points on you. You don't even know what even happened. But
right.
it happens so fast, and momentum is a key thing, and we talk about it a lot. We try to make practices a little bit more pressure type situations so we can handle those. So a coach calls timeout to break our momentum. We really focus on that timeout serve to get it in. Don't give them a free point, but they are teenage girls, and sometimes that happens.
Sure. Like for you, like growing up in Jefferson County, like just how much fun has it just been, coaching over the years?
Well, it gives me a different sense of pride for the district, for the communities, for the school, the players, the students. It's just a pride thing that I don't know. I've been lucky enough to have some of my ex players be my assistants, and I believe that also helps because they have that same pride and that same passion for the district and then the sport and the tradition that we have. So I think it plays a role. I'm not sure. I don't know. I guess I could, but I don't know if I could coach for another district, to be honest.
Yeah. No, I like the dedication. I mean, for you, I've been asking all the volleyball coaches that I've run into here on the show the last couple of weeks with the new rule changes coming up this fall. The one that I think stands out, at least curiosity for me, is to have the two liberos on the roster. I know you can't put them on the court at the same time, but have you put much thought into that? Does that affect anything for you?
Well, of course, I put some thought into it. I don't know if I'm going to implement it or not. I I don't know. I don't know. I'm assuming that they're doing this to possibly not let the substitution rule come into play as far as 18 subs. But I've never run out of subs. It's only happened versus me one time. So I don't know if that will play a factor for me, but I may implement it. It is something that I've definitely thought about. We did not do that during the summer, though.
Yeah. Hey, Coach, appreciate the insight and best of luck this season.
All right, thank you very much, and we're very much looking forward to it.
That's awesome. David Schuler, head coach of Jefferson County North volleyball team. We'll have more of the program after the break.
Power outages don't wait for a convenient time, and neither should you. Right now is the perfect season to invest in a standby generator from Wheatland Electric Cooperative. With low monthly payments and special financing for co-op members, reliable backup power is more affordable than you think. We'll help you survey, install, and finance a Generac standby generator, all with professional installation you can trust. Protect your home, your comfort, and your peace of mind before the next storm hits. Get a free quote today and make life without power a thing of the past. Visit us online or call us to get started today.
The key to a great game is sportsmanship. It is essential to show respect to your opponents, teammates, coaches, and yourself. Playing hard, being fair, and having fun are what sportsmanship is all about. Whether you win or lose, congratulate your team and opponents for their hard work and dedication. Good sportsmanship is about demonstrating integrity, fairness, and respect. Let's show the world what true sportsmanship is all about this season.
We continue on with Canned Sports Chatter as our next guest comes out of Minneapolis High School. That is Bladen Johnson, and part of the football team getting ready for the upcoming season. Hey, Bladen, appreciate the time. What's the summer been like for you?
Getting better with my guys over the summer, being in the weight room every day, going to team camps, and yeah, just hoping for the best senior season I can have.
Anything specific that you try to work on this summer?
I tried to be, so last year I had to play all over the offensive line. So this year I kind of focused about playing more center and just being able to be good at that position. So we don't have to, before our first game, have to worry about moving a lot of people around for our first week game.
How tough is that as an O lineman? A lot of people are like, okay, hey, you're an offensive lineman, go block. But how tough is it just switching from position to position on the O line?
It's really tough, honestly. I think it's probably one of the hardest things to do in the sport of football because, people think it's easy, when you play guard on one side and play guard on the other, they think it's really easy just to do that. It's really difficult, actually. For me last year, I was banking on playing. So over the summer, I was playing guard, and then we got into our week 1 game, and I switched to tackle, and I had no clue what I was doing. But, Coach D is a really good coach, and he coached me up there and helped me get better.
For you, maybe some of the main differences, but what helped you out in making those transitions? So, whether you're playing guard or going to tackle, what are some of the big differences for you?
Playing guard, it's more like of a kind of just – you just got one thing to worry about, either, you got your coming off the double teams or pulling and stuff like that. But at tackle, you gotta protect your quarterback's blind side. You have to pass set. I mean, I did not know how to pass set until last year. Coach G showed me how to do that because I played guard since 6th grade. So it was just really hard to make that transition to me and be able to move to play tackle.
A lot of these positions, you always hear about footwork. How much do they work on that with you on the offensive line?
Coach G would keep me after practice and help me with that a lot because my footwork was horrible at the beginning of the year because I just did not know that it could be any different playing guard and tackle. So yeah, he just would help me. We would get on bags and he'd help me, with my footsteps and stuff like that.
For you, when you growing up and once you reached high school, what were your expectations from a sports aspect of things and just kind of what you wanted for your career to be?
Well, growing up, I wanted to go play college football. I mean, go to the NFL. I think as an athlete, that was everyone's goal. But, when I got to about my sophomore year of high school and realized that I wasn't 6'4", 320 pounds and couldn't bench press 400 pounds, I mean, that goal kind of, just came out the window, and I just looked at have fun, playing football has always been fun for me. It's just really fun to, be out there with your friends, and especially for my senior year, my last year, and then I'm done. So I just really just wanted to have fun and enjoy it while I could.
Has your senior class, have you guys pretty much stuck together throughout the entire time? Has this group been around for a while?
So we've all been together, and we had a new kid, Bryson Lomberger, come our 8th grade year. I'm very thankful that he came to Minneapolis High School because he's one heck of an athlete. He does everything the right way. And we did lose one, Crew Humphrey. He was with us, and then, he wanted to go get better. So he went to Salina Central, and he won a state championship last year. So, good. I'm happy for him. Really wish he could be with us, but he's not. So I just got to work what we have.
Yeah, I mean, you're working with what you have. What's the outlook? Can you get a feel for this year's team already before the season starts?
Yeah, I think we're going to be a really solid team this year. We don't have Owen Just anymore. He was one heck of an athlete. He was really good. We don't have Brayton Peters anymore, but, we have Brecken Weatherman now. We had some younger guys step up, and I think we can make some noise in two-way football this year.
What are game days like in Minneapolis? Anything that stands out that you enjoy just about home games in Minneapolis?
The community means everything to a lot of us at Minneapolis because, we have a really good community. Coach G does a really, really good job about helping us out and getting us ready for game day. We just with each other, we don't act like idiots on game days. Community shows up. Our student sections are amazing. Everyone just shows up for Minneapolis, and it's a really good time to be there at home games.
All right, so I saw you wrestle and you play baseball as well. Which one's your favorite?
That's a tough one. You're gonna get me in trouble. It's tough. I love baseball, but I've wrestled since I was 5, and I'd probably say wrestling, and then baseball. Yeah, but I love baseball too. But I just couldn't pick between the both. Honestly, I love them both equally.
Well, that's fair. That's fair. Obviously there's a lot of hype on people that are multi-sport athletes. Have you noticed, as an athlete yourself, being a multi-sport athlete, how it's helped you in different sports?
I would say I have, yeah, because everyone, if you're a wrestler, it makes you a better football player. And I truly believe that wrestling has made me a better football player, and playing football has made me a lot better at wrestling, because with my hips and everything, I think that being a multi-sport athlete has a lot of benefits to it. Yes.
Hey, Bladen, appreciate the time and best of luck this season.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
That's Bladen Johnson, a member of the Minneapolis football team. We'll have more of the show right after this. We continue along here on Kansas Sports Chatter as we bring in our next guest, and that's going to be Nate Teichgraeber, the head coach of the Madison Bulldogs football team, getting ready for the upcoming fall season. Coach, thanks for coming on the show. What's the summer been like for you?
Cole, thanks for having me. It's been a busy summer. Coaching football, we got weights going on with football practices, and the way the rules are in high school sports for Kansas coaches, we have a lot of leeway to work with our kids in the summer. So add that in, and I have an almost 18-month-old. So, Mom and I at home, we're pretty busy, and we stay busy with football around Madison. So it's been a busy summer, but an enjoyable summer, and we're ready to get going in the season.
18 months, that means they're getting into everything right now, right?
Yeah. She's learning new words every day. And we just actually went to her doctor appointment yesterday, and her mom, let me know she's registering in on the lower end in height, like second or third percentile in height, but weight wise, she's up in the 98th, 99th percentile. So she eats very well, she sleeps well, and so yeah, we're busy around the house, but it's sure enjoyable.
She'll just be like a linebacker, maybe, potentially.
Yeah, Mom's like 5'2", and I'm probably 5'11" on a good day. So I think if we could split the difference somewhere, we'd be lucky. And yeah, she might be a little sawed off. And with the flag football rules in Kansas, you never know. You might hear the let's see, class of 2043. Wow, that's
you bring up flag football, and I wasn't going to bring this up, but even classes like even Madison size, have you seen any type of interest as far as flag football for girls?
In the Lyon County League, which really all I can speak about, from the coaches and administrators that I've talked to, I think there's been some limited conversations about it. And, at a school our size, it's, I think you have to ask if, it would be something like a co-op situation.
Sure.
I don't know. This is just pure speculation and conversation. Right. But and throughout the Lyon County League at this point, I haven't really heard a whole lot of chatter about flag football.
You mentioned your summer and kind of the, all the hands-on that you get to go do with some of your team, throughout the summer. What have you kind of noticed over your years of coaching, just how it's changed on what you can and cannot do during the summer with your team?
Yeah, things have changed a lot since I graduated high school, and in the days of 2 weeks of two-a-days before school started, and starting school after Labor Day, and now with the calendar pushed up. As coaches, we have more freedom to work with our kids. But one of the things that I've noticed over the years, as I get into my 20th some year of coaching, and especially at a smaller school like we are, we all share our kids, and so sometimes, I guess what I was saying is we don't want to burn kids out. And so we've structured our summers the way we do it. We used to work a 4-day work week in the weight room and on the track for running, but now we bump it back to a 3-day week. We work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. The kids get Friday through Monday off, and families are busy, and kids are busier than ever these days. And so we don't want to try to limit kids' opportunities. Most of my kids that have played varsity for me at Madison, they're 2, 3, sometimes 4 sport athletes. And so, the way we train, I think today is a lot smarter. I think as a collectively coaches and the internet's helped with that, but we're smarter with what we do. And I think we give the kids, at least, in Madison, we give the kids the time off that they need. And that helps their growth and development and as much as anything. So that would be a huge change that I've noticed from when I started coaching as a young assistant to now as a head coach and being in my mid-40s. So huge change. But we definitely get after it in the summer with football. We work, at practice situations once or twice a week during the period that we're allowed to. We've worked 5-on-5 situations in the past, which is the 8-man version of 7-on-7. And then throughout the summer we do different things, in the weight room, and you measure jumps, and obviously you're keeping track of lifts and that type of stuff too. So we still do all of that stuff in the summer, but just the way we go about it might look a little bit different than it did, 10, 15, 20 years ago, even 5 years ago.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I feel like I've talked to a variety of coaches in different sports too. Like when do they turn the page, especially if they have a fall sport? So whether it's a volleyball coach or a football coach, and, I've gotten different answers. Like for you, when does the page completely turn to, okay, my focus is on football? Some coaches, I feel like, the start of the summer, some are like, start of January. So when does football feel like football for you?
Oh man, if you're talking about me, it feels like football all the time.
There you go.
But, as far as working with our other coaches, this summer we scheduled we did a summer camp the last week that Keisha allowed. So it would have been, I think it was the 13th through the 17th of July. And then, we don't do any more really organized football activities. We just spend time in the weight room. And, during that 2 to 3 week period off before practice, that's when we really start kind of, turning the page towards football. And, I had some kids that were playing in basketball tournaments as late as, the last weekend in July. And so, we want our kids to do multiple things here. And so in order to do that, you need to be flexible. And but our kids know, it's getting to be August, and it's time for football here in Greenwood County. So if we have a good coaching staff that really works together and we communicate well, and that makes a difference, I think, because we're all using the same kids. And so, I know every school and every district's a little bit different, but we're pretty lucky here.
You even look at, the progress that you've had, in your 4 years at Madison. I mean, you go back to, year 1, 5 wins, then 7 wins, then 8 wins last year at 8-2. Like, how much fun is it just for you, just kind of seeing that natural maturation?
It's been nice. This senior class will be the first class that I've really seen all the way through. And so, all of my classes, they're all my kids, but especially the kids that I saw coming in from junior high. And when I took the job at Madison, there was already a well-established program. The previous coach before me, Alex McMillan, he did a great job and won a tremendous amount of games. And, before Coach McMillan, you had, the legend Fred McLean on the sidelines for 17 years. And, he was able to hang 2 state championship banners. And so the tradition and the culture for football was in place. And so for me personally, it's great to be a part of. It's a humbling experience, really, because you realize you're just a part of it, and to get to share with, this will be my fourth team, get to share in that, and get to live some of the traditions that have lived on from before back when I was even in college, and it's pretty special. And so football around Madison's pretty important. And, the people in the community, they really step up and they show the support for, football as well as all of our other programs.
What was it? Because you mentioned that you're from Eureka, right?
Yes, sir. So
what was it like for you just kind of getting to know the 8-man game? I know you had previous stops, you're at West Franklin and obviously Council Grove, but what was it like for you just kind of morphing into that 8-man game?
So, yeah, I'll go back to high school. I graduated in 2000, and at that time, Madison was still playing 11-man football when Coach McLean first came here in 97. And so, but they were at the 1-2A level, and we played 3A, so we didn't really have any common opponents. But we would go to some track meets, and we would compete against some of the Madison kids. And, some of the guys I know, they would talk about this new football coach that they had, and this guy from New Jersey, and how you watch, we're going to be coming and doing some good things. And then when I graduated, I went to Emporia State, and just so happened to one summer I was working at the lumberyard, and Coach McLean came into the lumberyard, and I happened to be there and struck up a conversation with him. And, the next thing I know, I'm asking Fred if he has any openings on his coaching staff. And so my second, third, and fourth year of college, I came down and was an assistant coach for Fred. And so by that time, Madison had transitioned to 8-man football. And so I got to kind of cut my early coaching teeth working under Coach McLean for 3 years. So I kind of had you really, the more that you learn about the game, the more you realize that you don't know. But I felt like I had a good 2 to 3 year base of 8-man football, and then I went off and was in 11-man football for several years. And so, coming back to 8-man football when I came to Madison, it wasn't a complete shift, but it's certainly, there are some differences in the game, and I'm still having to learn some of those lessons the hard ways on Friday nights. But it's been fun, and my journey starting out in college at Madison as an assistant, and now I'm in my mid-40s. It's kind of come full circle, and I'm back closer to home, and so that's kind of my story at getting to Madison.
What was Coach McLean in the lumber store for? Was he building like a treehouse? What was he doing?
So yeah, he was getting lumber that day, I think.
Okay.
But he also he likes like rare stones, and he likes to do a lot of that stuff. And he's a builder and big idea guy. So yeah, I can't remember. It's been over 20 years since that happened. But I certainly remember the conversation and his willingness to talk to some 20-year-old punk kid working in the lumberyard and get his kind of career started in coaching. So
you mentioned learning from guys like McLean and but other than that, was there anybody else that you reached out to, especially when you started taking over head coaching positions?
So my first year at Madison, I came here and Coach McMillan was the head coach, and so my background was really on the defensive side of the ball, and so he needed a defensive guy, and so it kind of worked out. It was kind of a good fit. And so that 1 year that I got to spend with Alex McMillan was invaluable for my, moving into 8-man football. He's a tremendous football mind, tremendous offensive mind. The guy's creative. And so, me having background on the defensive side of the ball, he would draw up something on offense and he'd say, Coach, how are you going to defend this? And so, doing that, it really kind of got me ready for, some of the way that 8-man football's played. And, he had to tell me a couple times during the year in a couple games we had given up a lot of points. And I'm at halftime. We're playing in Care Paravel in 2022. And I think the score at halftime was 58-52. And I'm saying, Coach, I don't have an answer, not one. They scored 50 and a half. I'm about to pull my hair out. And Alex, just a real calm guy, just kind of puts his hand on my shoulder. He goes, Coach, it's all right. We're going to keep scoring. And, I think the score, we'd have to look it up, but it was something like 88-76 or something final. And we, of course, came out with the victory. And but, that's a little bit different. You don't see a lot of, 70s, 80 points on the scoreboard in 11-man football. And but 8-man football, defense is certainly could be a challenge, having fewer guys to defend space. And, football coaches at the 8-man level are as creative as anybody. So it's certainly been fun. Alex was good. And then, at our first jamboree when I was in 8-man, we had Oswego come with us. And, Coach Fowler. And he's a guy and I got to spend some time with him at the All-Star game this past summer. And Coach Fowler's somebody, if I pick up the phone and I've got an issue that I've got to deal with or something that I haven't experienced before, he's someone that certainly would lend some good advice, and he's been there for me. So there have been several coaches around, the Lyon County League coaches, Jeff Slater, Hadley, a lot of those guys. I could mention them for 5 minutes, but really the 8-man coaching world, it's like its own little fraternity. And, I'm starting to get to know more guys. And so it's been a lot of fun.
Hey, Coach, appreciate the time and best of luck this season.
Cole, thank you so much, man. And keep doing what you're doing. We appreciate it.
You bet. Nate Teichgraeber, the head coach of the Madison football team, joining us here on the show. We'll have more of the program right after this. Are you looking for a new way to promote your business or organization? Do you want to get your message out to a statewide audience that loves high school sports in both urban and rural areas? Kansas Sports Chatter has advertising opportunities from commercials, sponsoring specific guests, product placements, and even a premier sponsorship. Let Kansas Sports Chatter promote your brand. Contact ksportschatter@gmail.com for more advertising details. That's ksportschatter@gmail.com. Come join the chatter. Welcome back on Kansas Sports Chatter as we bring in the next guest, and that's going to be Braxton Withington, a recent graduate of Colby High School and now at Cloud County Community College as he gets started for his academic and also his baseball career for the Thunderbirds. Hey, that transition from high school to college, what's it been like so far for you just this summer?
Oh, just been in the weight room. I played some summer ball with the Salina Spikes. It was a lot of fun. I think we ended 30-2. It was a great group. We were all committed to go play. I think I was the only one from going to Cloud, but I've just been working hard, getting ready for the season because I know once we get started, it's gonna be go. So
summer ball, especially for like an 18U team, like what's that competition like just here in the state?
Oh, it was tough for sure. It was a little different than high school ball. Kind of got to mix in some pitches. Got to mix in. You got to work a little harder over there in summer. Cause we played in Manhattan. I know we played in Arkansas. We went over played in Salina. We just played mostly out down eastern Kansas. So competition was definitely tougher. Played more so kids that were committed. So and I only pitched half a summer.
Okay. So what's that travel schedule like for you? Because were you still like based in Colby and then, meeting up with your team out east?
So we didn't practice. He expects like a team like that. He expects you to do all that practice on your own. So, I think I was the only Western Kansas guy. Like, I don't know, some people call Salina Western Kansas, but
sure.
Out where I am, I'm a little more Western than them. A little over 3 hours from there. So, I definitely had to go a little further, but, it's all worth it in the end.
Working on pitches, how many pitches would you say you have in your arsenal right now?
Right now, I have 4. I'm working on a 5th right now because, I mean, I can locate 3 really well, but I know Gillen really stresses being able to locate that 4th pitch, whether it's a changeup or a cutter or splitter, sinker, or anything. I know he really wants you to be like, he's big on throwing strikes and locating more so than like velo and how fast you throw. So I've just been working on a 4th and a 5th pitch.
All right. So what are your 4 or 5 pitches right now? What are they?
I got a fastball, it's a 4-seam, and then I got a slider. Slider's probably my bread and butter, and then I got a curveball and a changeup, and I'm working on a kick change right now.
Have you always had some of those? Like, I mean, especially like the first 3. Like, is that what you always used in high school?
Yeah, in high school, those 3 were all I really used. I mean, I threw a changeup occasionally against some lefties, but fastball, slider could usually get it done out in high school season. But this summer, I really had to expand and kind of throw that changeup a little more because you face some kids that are pretty good. So,
like when you're trying to like work on a new pitch and like trying to bring it back into your arsenal, like do you just hey, this is the form you need to do it and just go out and do it, like, and you get more reps? Like, how do you kind of perfect that?
So what I do is when I go and throw every day or almost every day, I'll go play catch and I'll just use the grip. And I won't throw it hard. I'll throw it flat ground. Usually if I get it nice and polished up on flat ground, by the time I get to the mound, it's pretty good. So that's what I've just been doing. I've just been throwing my changeup grip because it's a tough pitch. So that's what I've been stressing all summer, is just trying to get that changeup good.
You look at your time at Colby High School and just, from the start of your career at Colby to the end, I know it was exciting getting to that state tournament there for the Eagles. Like,
yeah.
What was your experience like in high school?
Oh, it was great. I mean, freshman year, I was little. I mean, I played a little bit of varsity. I got some time on the mound, but I think sophomore, junior, senior year is where I really started to pick it up. I mean, I worked hard in the off season, so obviously that paid off. But I think my coaches helped me a lot. They pushed me quite a bit, and then just being in the weight room really helped everything. So, and then, I mean, pitching wise, like I've always been kind of there and hitting, but I really wanted to pitch in college, and I know Cloud's a pitching school, so
yeah.
Yep.
I mean, like, have you always been a pitcher? Like, did that start even as a youth?
Kind of, not really. I never really threw hard because, I mean, my freshman year, I was tiny, so I didn't throw very hard. I mean, he put me in maybe when we were down or up by a lot. So I think right when sophomore year, I wrestled my freshman year and I wrestled 113. So I was just a little guy. So I barely got much playing time my freshman year. But I think the biggest jump was sophomore to junior year. I went from about throwing 75 to like 85, 88 junior year by the end of junior summer. And then senior year, I really just took off.
All right, so I was looking at some of your numbers. 2 no-hitters your senior year, is that right?
No, I had
what was it?
One my senior year, one my junior year.
Okay, so go to the most recent one for us. Like, what was that experience like? Was it a full 7 innings?
Yep. So I have a funny story. So it was against Hugoton. It's a team in our GWAC, and I went 7. I was perfect. I had a perfect game up until the 7th inning with 1 out.
Oh,
and I was up on 0-2 on a kid, 0-2 on I think their leadoff, and I beamed him in the back with a fastball, and then struck the next 2 kids out. So I was pretty upset, but it's no big deal.
Like that emotion in general, but like especially as a pitcher, even in any other game, like how hard is it just to kind of keep your emotions in check and kind of moving on to that next pitch?
Oh, it's tough. You just don't want to think about it. I mean, no one on your team's supposed to say anything when you got a no-hitter going. So you just gotta avoid it. I mean, it's there in the back of your head, but you just gotta avoid it and just keep going one pitch at a time, one strike at a time. And kind of the innings kind of played fast. I like looked up and it was already the 6th. I was like, ooh, yeah, this could be cool. And then 7th inning, 1 out, hit this kid in the back, and it felt like the pressure was more off whenever I did that.
Sure.
It was almost like, all right, now we go. You know what I mean? So
22 wins for Colby this year. And like we said, getting to the state tournament, what was that experience like for you and just the rest of your teammates? Had been a lot of fun.
Oh, it was a lot of fun. I mean, it was in Salina, so it was a ways. So we went down. I think we played on a Monday, maybe. No, I can't remember what day we played. Maybe a Tuesday. I can't remember, but we went down the day early. We went stayed in a hotel in Salina. That was just fun. We went out to eat. Just, it was a lot of fun with our team, and we've been wanting that. I mean, my junior year we lost to Russell in the regional finals, so that was pretty heartbreaking. And our team junior year, that was tragic, because our team junior year we were pretty stacked. So we won it. We were hungry all year. We all knew what we were going into, and then it was a lot of fun.
Like, so you could kind of see, like, going into your senior season, like the rest of the squad could kind of feel that you guys had something going.
Oh yeah, we pushed each other a lot. Like, even those guys where you wouldn't expect it, they were like pushing each other, kind of getting on each other from the start. And we all knew that making the state wasn't the goal. We wanted the place, but I mean, it's pretty heartbreaking how it went down. So
for you, choosing Cloud County, like, what went into your decision process in choosing the T-Birds?
Oh, so actually I visited a few other schools, and none of them felt like Cloud. I mean, the second I stepped foot on campus at Cloud, I knew. I was like, it's kind of like, if you know, you know. I mean, I knew it. I had been talking to Coach Gillen for a while, just messaging with him, and he's always been really, really welcoming. Really, I'm super excited to get started because, yeah.
Like you mentioned, kind of working on those new pitches. Is that the biggest thing that you want to, like, as far as adjusting to the college level and just that type of competition?
Yeah, I mean, everyone in college throws 90, 92, 93. So, I mean, not everyone, but it's a lot more common than in high school. So the difference there is whether or not you can locate it, whether you can command it. You know what I mean? So, like, I know Gillen, he's like, if you don't throw strikes, you won't pitch. So and for me, my senior year, I went 21 innings without a walk. And then my next game after that, when that started getting recognition, I walked 6 batters. So, like, it was just one of those things where I was just, I mean, you know what I mean? You just gotta throw strikes for Coach Gillen. I think that's what we're trying to do. It's what we're planning to do, practicing to do. So
you want, like, no publications, and if you ever have, like, a phenomenal game, like, you don't want any publications. So that might
No, I got quite a bit of publication this year, so I kind of knew people were out to get me. I mean, when you go face a team and they know they're facing me, like, they know it, like, they prepare, like, they even they tell me they prepare, like, Goodland, I know they had the machine up, they, like, you know what I mean? So you just gotta think, you know what I mean? You just gotta, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but
can you learn from, like, other pitchers by just watching them? Like, as a pitcher yourself, like, I mean, like, because I feel like everyone's release and their arm position is going to be different and everything like that. But can you learn from just watching other pitchers?
I mean, kind of. I used to, but now I more so watch my own videos and then kind of tweak. I know when I started, I don't know if you know who Trevor Bauer is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who I really watched when I first started, maybe sophomore, junior year, when I was getting serious about it. So, yeah, I kind of watched him. My mechanics are kind of similar, my leg kick and just the way I drop. But, yeah, but now I more so just watch myself and see how I do, because, like, my body type, I'm in long, lengthy. So, not everyone has the same release, same everything. So you just got to kind of, like, if that's how I throw, I just accept it and I just try to work on it and get better at that rather than changing it.
Are you one of those pitchers that has to be, like, in a tempo? Like, do you like a certain pace, like, when you're out on the mound? Like, does it matter to you?
So I know I do. Like, so I don't, like, mean to, but, like, if I go back and watch, I do. I work really quick. I go super fast if I'm in a groove. People, like, my coach will tell me, slow down. But if I'm in a groove, I just go. So, like, that, it always helps me. Like, obviously, if you're throwing balls not in the zone, you step off, take a deep breath. But, like, now I just get in a tempo and a groove and I just go. And I don't even realize I do it almost.
Hey, it's working out really well. Hey, Braxton, appreciate the time and best of luck this season.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me.
You bet. That's Braxton Withington, a member of the Cloud County Community College baseball team and out of Colby High School. Are you a person that's always on the go? You can still easily keep up with Kansas Sports Chatter with the audio podcast. Hear each episode on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. Make sure to follow the Kansas Sports Chatter podcast. The beginning of the high school sports season is here, and Kansas Sports Chatter is all for it, and we will be here throughout the entire year as well. Hey, thanks again to our sponsors, SPX Specialized Video Wall Solutions. Any vision, any location, every pixel perfected. Barton Community College, affordable tuition. They got flexible classes. Find out more at bartonccc.edu. And Wheatland Electric, owned by the people they serve, more than 32,000 meters they're bringing energy to. Hey, big thanks again to all of our guests. Thanks to our sponsors. Kansas Sports Chatter, episodes Tuesday and Thursday. We'll talk to you soon.